Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. So this time it will be a shorter and more on the informative side video in which I will just show you how to properly store a Chanel bag. Now these are very quick and effortless attentions that you can take to maintain your bag good as long as possible and possibly to maintain the resale value in case this is something you're worried of. So before starting though, hi, I am Alice and I do normally videos on how to create a long-lasting wardrobe and how to integrate some luxury needs but in a more mindful and sustainable way. So if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing and let's get started. So here is my bag and I will show you step by step how I store it. So the first step is to stuff it properly. Now what you want to do is to create a sort of pillow that has more or less the same dimension and thickness of the main compartment of the bag so that you will maintain the shape of the bag. So I do have here some tissue paper and that's mainly because I'm sort of a hoarder and I do tend to keep all tissue paper, bubble wraps, all these kind of things that comes with packagings and parcels because I always find a way to use them. But if you don't have them, that's not a problem. You can use any kind of fabric or textile that you have lying around as long as it is light color to avoid color transfer and soft so that you avoid scratching the inside. I've been using scarves, dust bags, pillowcases, all t-shirts, really, you can use everything. Now, you can actually even buy a proper pillow. There are companies that sell pillow to maintain the shape of the bag. I don't really see the point of doing that. I consider to be a little bit of a waste of money because at the end, you're paying to buy something new that serves only one purpose, and while you can actually repurpose something you already have in the house instead of like throwing it away. So for me it's a win-win and you will save money. So I wouldn't do that, but just know that there is the option. You could also buy an organizer for the bag. That's probably a better option because at least it's something that is more useful, but I still wouldn't do that at least for a medium size down because these are already very small bags. They already hold very little, so if you had an organizer then you will remove even more capacity from the bag and that's not something I want to do. So you just put your pillow inside like this. Now the second thing you want to pay attention to is the chain. You cannot detach the chain in this case, but if the chain sits on the leather for too long, you will run the risk of denting the leather. So what you want to do is pulling the chain all to one side in this way. Leave it a little bit of space here and then put the rest inside. Like this. And I do actually try to put the chain inside the sort of pillowcases so that again it won't dent the leather even in the inside. After that I just close it, and for here I take more tissue paper and I just wrap it around the handle. So next step would be understanding whether you want to use the dust bag or not, and that for me really depends on where you store your bag, because if you have the possibility to put it on display in a space that is not touched by direct sunlight, which is very important because direct sunlight can really dry the leather and even change the color. And also it needs to be a space in which the bag is not really squished against other things, because otherwise you will risk color transfer or scratching and so on. So if you have that possibility, then probably it's better not to use the dust bag so that the leather can breathe. But if that's not your case, and in my case, for example, I have to store it in the wardrobe, so I don't have problem with sunlight, but I do have problem with pressing with other things because I do take care that the bag is not in direct contact with other bags, but still getting in and out of the wardrobe. I do risk to like rubbing and so on. So I do prefer to use the dust bag. But when you do that, take care of bringing it out every once in a while, especially if not a bag that you use daily. Because the leather needs to breathe, so that's important. Also, when you store it inside, whenever you're storing it, it's always better to keep it standing rather than lying, and that's again to maintain the shape, and that's how it's stored in the shop. For example, it's always like standing in a cupboard. Again, it's always good to bring it out every once in a while, if not your daily bag, to avoid that sitting too much on the same position, so on could maybe touch impact the leather. So that's something you should do. And that's it. As I said, it would have been a short video, and these are really quick and easy things that everyone can do, but they really make a difference. To give you an idea, I actually bought this bag second hand, so it was not perfect, and in particular it had a quite big crease on the bottom. Now it still has the crease, but just because I took care of really stuffing it properly, the crease has seriously decreased, pun non intended. So it's something that you can really do to preserve the bag and maybe to increase the state of the bag if you bought it second hand, as I did. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Bye!